The following is a Hoop Ball presentation.
Ball in, ball out. It's a Hoop Ball presentation. Welcome back to your favorite Lakers podcast. Eric Noble, Dan Besbris, Eli Bauman. What's up, guys?
Not much, Eric.
Just a lovely Tuesday afternoon.
Lovely Tuesday afternoon. I turned 36 yesterday, which
Oh, my God.
makes me very old.
How does it feel?
It turns out I am older than Dwayne Wade. That's one thing I learned, because he's 35 still.
I think he's 36 in like 3 months or something, right?
Right.
I found one other player that was older than us. Now I've since forgotten
No, we
who
talked
it was.
about it. It was Jason Terry and Dirk.
And Vince.
And Vince.
And Vince.
3.
But I think I thought there was a third one.
Jason Terry.
Oh, that's right, the third. I thought there was a fourth. I'll figure this out.
Jamal Crawford. I don't know. Okay.
Doesn't
Eric,
matter.
Eric,
We're
continue.
old. Eli's the oldest.
Well, we're here to talk some Lakers.
Yes, the doldrums of the offseason, late August, early September, but
Yeah,
kind
training
of,
camp.
Yeah, not super doldrumy. There's some stuff happening.
We got some news and some really good news.
Really good news.
We are finally cleaning the slate entirely from the Mitch Kupchak, Jim Buss era.
Yes, we are.
Oh.
Break down the news for us, Dan.
Well, can I just start before I even give the... No, I should give the news first. That's how you do news. You do it and then you talk about
That's
it.
right.
Luol Deng was officially bought out by the Lakers as of the day when his contract for this season goes onto the books.
Right.
Which allows the Lakers to spend a lot of money on Deng this year and then very little for 3 additional seasons because of 2 factors. Factor number 1, he gave $7.5 million back
What a
just to
mensch.
go play for Tom Thibodeau, because we do know how this story turned out already.
On Rosh Hashanah, let me just say, he's a real mensch.
Happy New Year, Luol. And his stretch provision, or the stretch provision, I should say, means that the Lakers only pay him $5 million a year for 3 following seasons. It's not like Bobby Bonilla. We don't have to pay him until
Oh my God.
2040.
I love the Bobby Bonilla contract. It's the best.
They're still paying him, the Mets, forever.
Yeah, forever.
It's like $1
For
million
eternity.
for eternity.
He'll be dead and still collecting mad money.
Yeah.
Got to get that Bonilla deal. You know, Magic had one of those contracts, too. Didn't Magic get paid for 25 years, I think?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
He got that
Bonilla
a crazy
money.
Bonilla deal. So, Dan, what's the upshot for 2019?
The upshot for 2019 is that with Deng giving $7.5 million back, it allowed the Lakers to clear just a shade more cap room, which was the difference between what they could offer Kawhi Leonard in the maximum contract to match all the other teams and what they would require to get NBA players with 10 years of service, which includes Kevin Durant. So it just brought one more guy's maximum amount into the fold. The Lakers can now match any other team in the NBA for any of the superstars next offseason. That's a pretty good...
That's pretty
the
good.
captain of the ship, man. We're ready to go.
And once again, we don't have to, there was a lot of talk about how they were going to possibly move off this Luol Deng contract. Everyone was talking about attaching first-round picks, other packages that we could put together with real assets. And basically, we had to do none of that. And the dream of the Magic Johnson, Rob Pelinka dream of 2 max caliber free agents by 2019 is still alive. That's not so bad. I just want to personally shout out Luol Deng for being my favorite Los Angeles Laker who never played a valuable minute and was a cap albatross. He is my absolute favorite.
I hope, and this is what I was going to say before I even broke it down, I hope that everything ended on okay terms, because he got treated pretty poorly, though.
I think, yes. I think that he did. I do think that the Luke, Magic, Pelinka regime basically were clear to him. I think before it may have been just kind of confusing, and it was like, why am I not really playing?
Was for
also,
all
he
of us.
did play in that first year. He played 59 games, which I was like, he did? Then I believed last year he played 1 game. He played the first game.
Yeah, 13 minutes, I think it was, right?
Yeah, never to be seen from again. But by all accounts, he was a very good teammate. The young guys really liked him, and I do think that even when stuff sucks, clarity really goes a long way. And I think just someone going look, you're not going to play the rest of the season, but we really appreciate you, and we're going to try to work on your behalf, does go somewhere.
The one downside, I think he would have been good with LeBron.
Yeah, we'll never know.
We'll never know. But I think he's still a really good player.
Yeah.
I'm going to be rooting for him.
Well,
I'm excited for him.
There were times last season where I was like, why don't they just put him in? We kind of just need a warm body.
Yeah, at the end of the year, we had about half the roster down.
Right.
Well, luckily, guys, we're going to find out how good of a player is because
Yeah, he's
Thibodeau's
back on
going to
the
give him
Bulls.
35 minutes a night probably
Oh
this
my
year.
God. Yeah, he's going to, until the wheels come off.
They're on their way. They're wiggling. Have you guys, what's that commercial for where the green jello explodes in the back seat of a car? Have you seen that one?
I have no idea. Was Bill Cosby involved? Because he was the Jello
No,
spokesman.
it's a very
I
different
only
Jell-O
think of him when I
explosion.
think of Jello.
It's a much grosser explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We hate on Thibodeau so much, but all of his old players go back to him. Doesn't that?
Well,
Yeah,
because
but
they're
it's like-
already ruined.
Is that
Yeah.
like a PTSD, like
Yes, I think it
trauma,
is.
like
He's the right,
domestic
exactly.
violence cycle?
It's Ike Turner. It's the Ike Turner of coaches. Like, please, baby, please.
Well, yeah, what's the syndrome when you end up falling in love with your captor?
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm,
syndrome,
yeah.
I think there's a little bit of that.
One of my
going on
favorite
here.
lines from Die Hard, because Die Hard has a lot of sneaky comedy in it, but they have like a haircut of a TV news anchor, and he goes on and someone's like talking about the Stockholm syndrome, or actually I think it's weird. Someone calls it like the Helsinki, and he goes, as in Helsinki, Sweden. And like this, the TV network guy like rolls his eyes. It's one of my favorite parts that really comes from nothing. Like he's a non-character in it. He's just like the guy
Maybe
want
that-
to say that they're douches.
That was probably ad-libbed.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess they could have written it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So that's we're set up.
So is Joakim Noah going to the Wolves? Because Bobby Portis put it out on Twitter that he's next. That
I
Thibodeau's
kind of
just
thought
going to get all of
Joakim
his...
Noah was on the Wolves already, but no, it's just Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose,
Jimmy.
Taj Gibson,
Right.
Jimmy Butler, Luol Deng.
That's so many players.
They're all back,
So
man.
many. Well, maybe that
Kirk
kind
Heinrich's
of
coming
Yeah,
back.
he's from retirement.
maybe that kind of segues us to, I think, another thing, which is, so now we're set up for 2019. This is now the dream that was Rome is alive. One of the names on that, I guess I'll say my own personal bias. To me, the least appealing of the 2019 names, even though I love him as a player, but just based on the Thibodeau experience, is Jimmy Butler, who will be a free agent and I assume will be leaving Minnesota. Maybe that's not a healthy
he
assumption.
seems to hate
but-
it there.
Yeah, and unless they trade Karl Anthony Towns or something, which would make no sense.
Yeah, seems doubtful.
He is my kind of least appealing of the 2019 targets, but let's get into it because there was a recent article. Eric, go ahead.
I mean, Jimmy Butler was part of my Jimmy Butler All-Stars, which was characterized by like wingmen,
Right.
with kind of quiet personalities
Right,
under
first
the
of all,
radar.
what we thought Kawhi was.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of these players on the free agent roster are part of my Jimmy Butler All-Stars. Him, Klay Thompson, Kawhi Leonard,
Chris
like-
Middleton, another K.
There you go.
I like Chris Middleton.
Me too. I'm dead serious.
My favorite thing about Jimmy Butler, he has an aquarium in his home that's in the shape of a boombox. That's
Is that commissioned or did he like go to a aquarium store?
You can get that
No,
at
he-
Petco. it's easy.
he commissioned it, and he's really proud of it. It's beautiful. It's a
What kind of
beautiful
fish you got in
aquarium.
there, Eric?
Yeah.
Some real exotic fishes.
Oh, exotic fish.
Some betas. Those are the ones that fight, right?
Yeah, I think
are
NBA
fight.
players are really into betas.
Beta
Yeah.
fighting fish.
What's who said mad exotic fruit? That's like something from our past. Someone said mad exotic fruit.
Sounds
All right,
something
anyway,
like I would say.
Let's keep going. So, so there was a
I like Jimmy Butler, but I agree with you. I mean, the wheels on there are a little old, and
Right.
I think his best years are behind him.
he's like my dad's very old Mercedes that barely worked, but was cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, I
okay.
wish I could disagree. He terrifies me because the whole last year I thought was a perfect example of why you don't want Jimmy Butler on your team. He carried that team
Right.
for 50-something games, tried to play through what appeared to be a pretty significant knee injury,
Yeah.
and then blew out his meniscus.
Right. The thing that makes him a great teammate also makes him a bad investment, which is
He's a soldier.
He's a soldier. He's going to push through too much. It reminds me of like running backs in the NFL right now, where it's like these guys who rack up 400 carries a season, which is what you would want out of a player, and they're tough and they don't come out, but
Yeah, they
their
last 5
careers
years.
are super short. So anyway, the part of where this is going is that there was also some reporting that came out because the Lakers seemed to not be able to not leak stuff And I think this is true because it was like Ramona Shelburne, who's pretty much as tapped into the Lakers as anyone, that the Laker front office prefers Klay Thompson to Kawhi Leonard as far as their free agent targets. I was wondering what you guys think about this.
Can't imagine that's true.
You can't imagine it's true?
I don't think it's true.
And why not?
Because Kawhi is better.
Okay.
He's just a better basketball player.
Yes, I agree. But is he a better fit? I think would be my question.
I think he's so good that he is a better fit.
Right.
That's my take. Like, you figure out a way to make it work with someone. Kawhi's a top 5 player in the NBA when he's healthy, and Klay is definitely not. He's good.
Right.
The difference is Kawhi can create on his own. Klay can.
Yeah.
Can Klay can't?
Cannot. I mean, he's a spot-up shooter.
I know, but I've seen him take people off the dribble.
But
he's big.
If that's the focus of the offense, I mean, if someone's like closing out on him, he'll go around. But I don't think he's going to one-on-one.
I know what you're saying. He's not gonna. You're not gonna draw up a
ISO
last play shot that isn't a screen to set him up for a three. I'm going to go the other direction. I'm buying what Magic and Pelinka are selling, and here's my line. First of all, I'm not going to argue that Klay is a better player than Kawhi. In fact, I don't even think it's particularly close. The reason why I like Klay, especially based on what is going on with Kawhi now, is I do think Kawhi, whereas everyone thought he just kind of wanted to fade into the background, that is clearly not true. He wants to be a star. He wants to be the centerpiece of a championship team. I also think when you have LeBron, we've seen that spot-up shooters are the best complement for him. And basically, you'll have the best spot-up shooter maybe in the history of the league, maybe of all time on your team. And once again, he also checks a lot of Kawhi boxes, just not in as bold of ink. He's a two-way player. He's quiet and won't crave attention, which, whatever. Who knows with Kawhi anymore. And also, he is a champion pedigree. He won't be afraid of big moments.
They're both weirdos, but Klay is the more endearing weirdo.
Exactly.
At this point.
That's right. I like to think of myself as an endearing weirdo, so I appreciate that.
That's kind of our podcast calling card, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Endearing. Yeah, that's our slogan.
Endearing weirdos.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you're still not buying it.
I'm still not buying it.
You're not buying my airtight case.
No,
you're right. I mean, you're definitely not wrong. You're probably right. I might be more wrong than you are.
I'd put Kevin Durant ahead of Klay, too.
Oh, yeah. He's a better player.
And it feels like he's more primed to leave than Klay. Doesn't it feel like Klay wants to stay in Golden State?
Yeah, by the way, I don't think he's coming.
Yeah. He's got Steph. Those two guys could just be Warriors forever.
Yep.
They'll be beloved in the Bay Area for 40 years.
But how do they pay him? If you're him and let's say they come to you, obviously there's good trust there, but let's say Bob Myers and Steve Kerr say, we really, really want you here, but in order to keep this team together, you could have to get $10 million less than the max, which is, I think, kind of how it works out if they want to keep
either
all
he
these
or
guys.
Draymond, right? Like one of them has to.
I think maybe both of them.
I don't know.
What do you do, Eric? What do you think?
I mean, I think they're okay with just taking less money. I don't think they're really bothered by that.
Yeah.
If these guys are investing properly, they're at a point now where it's
But and I don't know how these things work, but there is legitimate pressure among elite players. Because I know there was even a little bit of blowback when Luol Deng took that buyout, which is the Players Association does not want you to take anything less than what you have earned and deserve.
That's true.
Chris Paul, there was a lot of talk about maybe Chris Paul will take a discount because he's 30 whatever and wants to win a championship. This is probably his last contract. He did not do that.
No, he did not.
He is the president of the Players Association, and LeBron, I think, is the vice president. Is that correct? LeBron is also very high up in the Players.
Yeah.
And you've noticed, LeBron has also never taken a pay cut.
Yeah, they want to screw over it's them versus the owners.
Right, but you're also helping your brethren. You directly affect what happens below you. The top of the top needs to get what they earn, what they deserve, because they float all the other boats.
So I don't know enough about how the salary cap works to know what it necessarily means for Golden State, but I believe because Kevin Durant has a player option for next year, if he's not on the books, the Warriors have $40 million committed to Steph, 18 to both Green and Iguodala, 7 and change to Sean Livingston, and that's basically it after this coming season. So they don't have a whole lot of actual bodies on the books, although many of them are making it.
When is Draymond's contract up? Not this year, next
after
year?
the following season, yeah. So if they pay Durant and Thompson, if those guys stay and make a boatload of money, then they probably can't bring Draymond back. Like, he'd have to take half of what he deserves.
And he's already on record as saying he's not taking a discount at all.
No. So one of those guys
he hasn't gotten paid yet.
Right. He has not at least to that level.
No,
because Steph
that's why
hadn't either.
Right, that's why Curry was like, "No, I'm getting every cent because I took the discount already."
Right. So I don't know. I think I get the feeling that next year, 2019, 2020, that's probably the last year of the Warriors having. Maybe this is the last year of them having 4.
Yeah, because I also I feel like Durant might be gone.
Yeah, this is the last year. That's my prediction.
At least down to 3 of the 4, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if Durant leaves, then they pay Klay. I mean, that makes it super easy for them. I still think Durant is going. I saw Durant and Kyrie are playing this summer. I think Kyrie's gone too. That's just my suspicion, but there's a lot of smoke.
There is a lot of smoke.
That's hard to imagine.
As a Lakers podcast, I feel like we'd all be okay if Kyrie just pieced out on Boston and they
I
got
like
nothing.
Kyrie. I like Kyrie. I find it hard to hate him.
His handling his ball handles are the greatest maybe
Insane.
ever.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ever? Can we say ever?
Yeah. Though I will say, I watched someone made a highlight reel of White Chocolate, Jason Williams.
Oh,
recently.
those were pretty good.
I mean, just so much fun, right? I mean, Jesus.
He had that, but like when he came into the league, everybody wanted to try to like tamp him down. He was that crazy.
Yeah.
He was the Yasiel Puig of the NBA.
That's right. By the way, you're the Dodgers expert. Is Yasiel Puig? I feel like he's not considered a malcontent anymore.
Except by the Giants, which as a Dodger fan is all you
screw
want.
them, yeah. But like in the clubhouse, right? He's
pretty
liked
good
at this point.
Yeah, he gives like a big wet kiss to their hitting coach every time he hits a home run.
That's weird, but
it's weird.
A real Les Moonves move.
He's a real endearing weirdo. If I'm the Lakers, I'm still going. I'm taking everything I've got in my suitcase.
Kawhi corner.
In the Kawhi corner.
Right.
Because he's still relatively young.
Yeah.
You know, you can turn a malcontent into a not so malcontent, a content, I guess.
Yeah. Content.
Pretty quickly by putting him on a team that wins a bunch and just like makes him the priority.
And he's got cornrows. And that, in this
Eric
day and
loves
age,
cornrows.
that's still like a sign you're just a baller.
We haven't done a lot of like hair and fashion analysis on the pod lately. We're in the off season.
That's my specialty.
Yeah, Dr. Noble. That's good stuff.
He's a doctor of hair.
He bought a house in Toronto, by the way. That's the latest on Kawhi. Yeah. Spurs fans say, who gives a crap? He owns a house in San Antonio.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
And LeBron owns 2 in L.A. You got to get
right.
to 2 before we know you're living there.
And they're like, I think, on the same block.
They are on the same block. They're not far from here, actually.
No, they're not. We should make a pilgrimage.
We really should. Let's just it's just
Let's
uphill.
not spray paint a racist comment on his gate.
Did that happen in L.A. or did that happen in...
That was in L.A. in
Though
Brentwood.
it'd be fun.
God.
Well, funny is maybe not the right word, but weird to like spray paint a racial slur, but like not one that relates to black people. Just like an anti-Jewish remark.
We've got those in spades. Come visit Dan in Oildale.
That's right.
So, I mean, do we? I wax and wane on the Lakers free agency stuff. I feel really good some days, and I feel kind of pessimistic other days.
I mean, with the cadre of weirdos that we have now, or
the
or
upcoming
2019?
2019. I know that there's this whole driver's seat thing, having the money, but do any of these guys, like, I want, as a Laker fan, I'm putting away the pragmatism for a few seconds, I want Kawhi Leonard on this team badly. I want Kevin Durant on this team badly. Either of those two guys makes the Lakers a championship contender immediately. I'm not sure any of the other guys makes you a championship contender overnight.
You don't think Klay does? You're kind of down on Klay.
I'm a little down on Klay.
But he's one of the 5 best defenders in the league, too. Wing defenders. Maybe 3 best wing defenders. He's definitely one of the 2 best shooters. He's not a locker room problem. I'm going to try to convince you this. I think you're off.
Where do we have the Lakers right now? I guess that's Lakers to me are like 4 or 5 seed territory in the West.
Yeah. Thereabouts.
I don't know that Klay moving from Golden State to LA, if that's the only change that happens, if you just moved Klay from the Warriors to the Lakers, I think I still have the Warriors as the favorite.
Oh, the Warriors
In a
with,
head-to-head battle between
with
those two teams.
Curry and Durant and Green.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that I necessarily disagree with that. But
Yeah,
I think we become championship
It all
contenders.
depends on our young guys. How
Yes,
much
that's
better
right.
they're- how much better they get.
Right. They're not going to be the same version that is this year.
So who is everyone's preferred guy?
Oh,
Is it Kawhi for everybody?
No, I'm Klay.
You're
I'd
Klay.
rather have
You're Klay
than
over
Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
I'm riding that.
I'm Kawhi. Kevin Durant obviously is
Right, I don't- yeah.
an amazing player, but my heart's not into him. I don't want him.
I also don't think
I
he's
don't
coming.
want you.
Yeah. Well, can we throw in another wrinkle, because this would be my absolute first
Yeah,
pick,
wrinkle it.
and there's some breaking smoke.
Breaking smoke.
Like, you know when like the Pope is named and they release
Yeah.
the smoke out the top?
All right, what's the breaking smoke?
The breaking smoke is that Anthony Davis
Oh.
has just changed agents and signed with Rich Paul. If you are not familiar with Rich Paul's work, he is the agent of one LeBronius Jameis,
I've heard of him.
recent Laker acquisition, if you didn't know.
Wait, does he also represent Kentavious Caldwell Pope?
He sure does. And without getting anyone fined anymore, you might be able to piece together that Kentavious Caldwell Pope, member of the 2016-2017 Lakers, or sorry, 2017-2018 Lakers, you can talk to his agent throughout the year. I mean, specifically about that player, but you're on the phone. Who knows what goes on in those phone conversations?
Yeah, you hear conversations in the background.
Yeah,
the TV's on.
sometimes, you're just like, oh, did you see LeBron play in that and against Indiana? Looks good. Looks real good.
Yeah, I really liked what J.R. Smith was doing next to that guy.
Yeah,
You
who is that
represent.
guy? Oh, you know him?
You know that guy?
You know LeBron James?
He's a big fellow.
Oh,
he seems
man.
good.
Just hypothetically, I think he'd be great over here.
So what you're
Just
saying is that
hypothetically.
when you're talking to LeBron James's agent this year, you could say something like, you know what I really like are guys that don't manicure their eyebrows. Do you know anybody who fits that description?
you could
Although
could
I guess he
have
did
that
cut it, didn't he? He
Yeah,
finally
he did.
shaved it.
Did he really?
I think
Yeah.
he did.
What? That
Yeah.
breaks my heart.
I know. Well, he's got to change. You got to
Eric.
change with the times.
Hair fashion.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved the unibrow.
It's a
Eric was-
signature.
Eric was
Yeah.
2 thumbs up on the brow.
Yeah.
So I do have a little bit of bad. No, go ahead, Eric.
No, please.
The bad news on that is Anthony Davis is signed for 3 full years. This one and then 2 following seasons.
Right. So you'd have to trade for him
Yes,
and then extend him.
extend him. Yeah.
The Pels are not going to trade him.
What if he says? What if he does the Kyrie? He says, "I'm leave. I'm out. I demand a trade."
I would. If I'm the Lakers in that situation, I would give everything that
Me
I
too.
own.
You sell the farm.
Yeah.
In the way that I wouldn't have sold the farm for Kawhi. So like just to put my cards on the table, that's the guy that you move heaven and earth for.
He's incredible.
LeBron and Anthony Davis is a championship team, and I don't really care
Easy.
what kind of flotsam and jetsam you have behind it.
You don't even need any jetsam or
Yeah.
flotsam. You can just
You could
run
use
those
some
2
flotsam.
guys.
You could use some flotsam.
Okay, a couple bits of flotsam.
Yeah.
You only need those 2 guys on the. Anthony Davis can just stay on the defensive end. LeBron James can just hang out on the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah.
You're
And
set.
the 3 of us, the ultimate
Yeah,
flotsam.
the ultimate.
Oh my God, that would be so great.
Imagine just playing on that team.
I would love that. I got 6 fouls to give. Remember who was it?
I'll grab an ankle.
Who is it? That guy? Oh, Robert Sacre. Remember him?
Oh, of
He
course.
would
Yeah.
come in for 2 minutes a game and have 4 fouls by the end of it.
Oh yeah, Scott Pollarded the heck out
yeah,
of people.
Scott Pollard. Yeah, you're right. He was kind of the original.
When I think of Scott Pollard, I think of officials explaining to Scott Pollard that he brought his arms forward.
Totally. Totally.
It's like the
They had like a recording of that they would just, when they
Yeah.
knew they had a Scott Pollard game, they'd just be like, okay, just press the Pollard.
just press the Pollard button.
He was specifically just for Shaq. Like
Yes, he
didn't
was.
Yeah,
exist
totally.
outside
Yeah.
of Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq had designated foulers,
Exactly.
like on almost every
Brad
team.
Miller.
Like Matt Geiger.
Brad Miller was good, though.
Yeah, I
Brad
guess.
Miller made a few All-Star teams. He could
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah, he was slow as hell, though.
He was slow, but he was mean. He was like legit mean.
He induced Shaq's haymaker.
Yeah, that's right.
Didn't hit him.
Shaq was a very poor puncher, accuracy-wise. Remember, he missed Barkley, too.
Come on, Shaq. Maybe he didn't
not
want.
Great.
I'm telling you, man. Anthony Davis is making, by the way, $25.5 million, $27, and then $28 million a year the next 3 years. That sounds crazy
problem.
low.
It does sound low.
When he signed the
That's
deal,
his second contract, right? He's not at third contract money.
right? It's a pretty big. I mean, when he signed, it was a 5-year, $127 million extension. It sounded
Right.
like a lot at the time, and now Chris Paul's making $30 million more than that,
Jesus
and
Christ.
a year less.
Also, Rondo, his boy, a current Laker.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded like Anthony Davis was pretty pissed off about the New Orleans offseason.
Well, yeah,
He hated Rondo leaving, and he was not happy about Cousins leaving.
and
Yeah, they're a mess of an organization.
They are a mess. They are a mess.
When does camp start for the NBA? I'd
It's a
imagine
good question.
It's
I'll look it
coming
up.
What are going to be our team activities, like our
I don't know.
our extracurricular recreational activities?
I hope it's like an actual summer camp, and they just do archery and capture the flag.
riflery.
Yeah, riflery, arts and crafts. Like they put on a play of Jesus Christ Superstar at the end. I don't know. I've seen the Lakers have been playing a lot of pickup at the facility this offseason, so I feel like our training camp has already started because everyone's just in LA. But I saw, they had a full scrimmage with Kuzma and KCP and your boy Alex Caruso, and I think LeBron was there for a minute, and Rondo.
Have any of us seen a Laker outside or just on the street? Or
no, I told you the only
about
guy I
town?
saw was Bebe Nogueira. It was the damnedest thing.
Well, I saw Shaq at a gas station once.
Yeah, I saw. I think I separately saw Shaq at a gas station.
Was it at the Unical
on
in,
Van Nuys
I saw him at
Ventura.
I saw him at a different one. I saw him at Balboa, the one on Balboa in Ventura.
Yeah.
He must have lived in the valley.
Yeah. Well, he frequented Stevie's Creole Cafe on Balboa and Ventura.
That's fantastic. Did he go to Ty and I?
I don't
Or
know
Bamboo or
but
Benihana?
I'm
Probably went to
surprised
Benihana.
none of us have seen a Laker out and
does
about.
seem
Well,
weird.
I've seen many of them at the ESPYs, so cheating.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
And
that
you
doesn't count.
you have as well.
Yeah, but as an unofficial capacity.
Just wandering down the road.
I guess we
No.
need to just chill in the South Bay.
I was going to say I was just in Manhattan Beach yesterday,
could
and
just-
I kind of thought I might run into one, but to no avail.
I think the only LA athlete I've run into was former Dodgers pitcher Kevin Brown
Oh, I hated Kevin Brown.
at the In-N-Out in Sherman Oaks. This is
Yeah, he was eating a little too much In and Out when he was.
he
on
was on the
Dodgers.
DL. That was when he was hurt, and he was sporting a classic baseball look of somebody
Like a
probably not
Like a
from.
goatee.
A goatee.
It was
Yeah.
it was a white polo, which baseball players that's the go-to, and jean shorts.
Right. Yeah.
It was great. And I went up and I asked him, "Are you coming back this year?" And he said yes. And he did not come back that year.
He saved you.
He got
Also,
double-double.
did he order the double-double with the steroids into the double-double? Because
Yeah,
he
I
was
think it was-
definitely named on all of the steroid reports.
All of them. The size of that man was out of control.
Yeah, and he was not good, and then he's the best pitcher.
And then his arm fell off.
And then his arm fell
It's a
off.
classic trajectory.
They call it the Eric Gagne.
Those were fun years. That
Yeah.
man was so puffy
And
for
then his
2
ar-
years.
and then his arm fell
His
off.
arm fell off. Training camp, by the way, the global games start on the 21st of September.
What the hell are the global games?
I don't know. Training camp opens for
The
everybody
Noble Games.
not involved in the global games on September 25th. So it's exactly 2 weeks from today.
Sorry, I need more information on the global games.
I don't know. Is that the NBA Africa stuff? That already happened, though, I think.
Yeah, that happened.
I don't know what the hell the global
All right.
games are. There's
So
no way to
September
click into it.
25th.
I want to click into it to find out more, but it's not.
Is it usually in Hawaii? Isn't it? That's where they
don't-
usually start off camp.
You know more than we do.
Okay.
That's where college basketball starts. They have the Hawaii Classic or something.
NBA preseason, the first game is September 28th. So that's the first actual competitive game. There is NBA China games on October 5th and 8th.
Okay.
8th?
Are we involved in that?
Mavericks and 76ers.
Hmm.
And preseason ends on the 12th, and the season starts 4 days later.
Oh my God.
We're 5 weeks right now, I think. Am I counting that right? From NBA opening night? From today?
October 16th?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, on the nose.
Yeah.
5-week countdown, guys.
Oh, my God.
Very excited.
I'm so excited.
I'm very excited.
Although, Lakers don't play until Thursday of that week.
Who's the opener?
I know this. I can do this off the top of my head. I think it's Boston again. The return of Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, let's see if someone's foot falls off again.
Sixers, I think, are involved, and I think it's like Warriors Thunder in the late game.
All right, that's fair.
I can double check on that, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty excited about it, and it's not a Lakers game.
Me too. Oh, also, Eric, I placed some bets. So
Yes!
let's talk.
Yes.
Oh, my
I don't
God, I'm
remember
so
what
glad.
they are, but I mean, I could look, but we should maybe for next time I'll tell you what the bets are. We talked about almost all of them on this podcast.
I know, but I love them.
Yeah.
That's
We'll talk about them on
of
the
my-
next one.
one of my favorite parts of all of this stuff.
So, last topic. Right?
Sure,
Do we have
yeah.
any- footage has come out of Lonzo Ball's shot, and it's less hideous than before.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we were going to talk about that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Not as bad.
Now, it was a really well-produced video
It
of
was.
Lonzo Ball.
It was.
So,
It was
I don't
clearly
know.
distributed by someone on his
yeah.
social media team.
Can we point out the fact that Eric is sporting at this podcast recording a moderate baller brand T-shirt?
That's how I roll, man.
Eric, how did you come into that T-shirt? Let's plug.
I actively went on Amazon, searched for it, and paid hard-earned money for this bad boy. I took many steps to get a moderate baller brand shirt.
Yeah, you were deep into the web. You had multiple tabs open.
I had multiple comparing prices.
Yeah.
Really shopping around for the best one.
Did your
I
guy
got-
Ducky and the dark web point you in the right direction?
No, this was a above board Amazon purchase.
I gotta give credit to the maker of this shirt. A lot of times when you buy kind of novelty shirts, the quality of the shirt isn't that good. It's your kind of generic husky tee. This is very quite form fitting and looks soft by my calculations. Is that correct?
You wanna touch me? You wanna touch my
Eli,
shirt?
get a feel on that shirt.
I mean, yeah, I'll cop a feel.
Come
Hold
on.
on.
Yeah, lean
hold
in
on.
there.
Shh.
Here we go.
Some more Les Moon vests.
He's rubbing his shirt.
Yeah, very nice.
Very nice,
Nice.
shirt.
Quality
Very nice.
shirt.
Quality shirt.
I thought that Lonzo was not going to be tinkering with his shot this summer. That's they did a little
They did a little
misdirection.
I will say it's not a full tinker, or I guess it is a full tinker, but it's not a full change. I guess tinker by definition.
Yeah,
is
we need
small.
a scale here.
But it's not a full.
Isn't
it
it-
still has a weird sweep to the left, but not but about half as
There was an
much.
adjustment. There was a tinker, but there was not a change.
Again, this makes me nervous for his performance this next season.
What
makes me
about it?
nervous. I just think I don't know.
You don't
I-
like that they're changing anything, or you don't like the specific change?
Yeah, I haven't seen the footage yet, but I don't like that they're changing anything. I think hopefully they focused a lot more on other aspects of the game. That's
Right.
all
He
I'm
still
hoping.
has to be
Yeah.
taking the ball to the hole, and
Yeah.
also, did he ever? I feel like he didn't get that meniscus surgery. I feel like that was total horse.
Oh, yeah. Whatever happened to that?
Well, there were rumors that his own team leaked it so that he wouldn't get traded for Kawhi. Which now makes a lot of sense because I have not read anything that indicates that he actually got that surgery, and I've been watching him play pickup.
Yeah, I don't remember how that shook out at all. Well, I don't know. I'm thumbs up on shot tinkering.
Me too.
I'm
I'm
gonna take,
thumbs
I'm
up.
gonna
That
take
thing
the other
was
side.
too weird. There was
It
too
was-
many pieces in it.
It was fugly. It was like Kevin Martin plus
Yeah,
some other weird stuff going on.
yeah.
And mostly, I think I might be more on Dr. Noble's side if LeBron had not come to LA. Like, focus exclusively on finishing because you're going to be
Right.
going. But these guys need to learn how to shoot a little
They
bit better.
really do. You're not going to be able to stay on the court otherwise.
But I do think that, and we've talked about this before on the podcast, the Lakers get clobbered for not having any of these guys that are like known 3-point shooters.
Right.
But most of the guys are not horrible 3-point shooters. They're
No.
all like mid 30s.
35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need a 40 in there. That'd be swell. But it's not like, we didn't put Alfred Payton on the team.
Right.
Who's like a 16% 3-point shooter. A lot
Right.
of these guys can
It's not
stand
Tony
out
Allen.
there. Right. Exactly.
I also, and I don't know, this could be way off base, and we're going to watch half a season and go like, oh my God, no one can make a shot on this team. But also, part of the theory was they wanted guys who could do other stuff. So
Yeah.
if you also tell those guys, like, look, you can do 25% less stuff, just like the threat of you being able to drive and pass and post up or whatever is something we want, but like really you focus on shooting, focus on threes. These guys might get better. It is conceivable that like an unguarded Lance Stevenson who doesn't have to do much might be able to make threes.
I don't think so.
Screw you, Debbie Downer.
That specific example.
Yeah.
And generally,
Eric is so negative today.
Yeah. No, but I'm with Eric on that one this time. I'm back. I'm on team
screw
Dr.
you.
Noble.
I'm going to get frosted tips and a frosted goatee, and I'll see you at the In-N-Out.
But it's just Lance, though. I think that was what we were taking.
Okay. I was trying to
Umbrage.
use an extreme example.
That was where we took umbrage.
Rondo, maybe.
Rondo, yeah, he's actually not that horrible. I'm going to look it up while we're talking about this. I feel like he was like 36% from downtown last year.
Right.
Or something less awful than people
Or
thought.
like Kuzma or one of those guys. I feel like some of those guys might creep up to 40%, and that might be nice. It might be enough.
I could see Kuz doing that.
Yeah, Kuz.
Kuzma last year was 37% from downtown.
Yeah.
Not horrible.
I will.
Workable. Rookie season. I mean, this is like...
I'll frost tips my pubes if
Oh, God.
Kuzma is above 40% by the end of the year.
We're going to take your word on that one, I think. Verification.
That's not part of the deal.
Rondo in Chicago was actually almost 38% from downtown. Last year with the Pels, he was 33. If you take the last like 5 years roughly as kind of an average, he's in that 33, 34 range. So, yeah, I mean, if he was your example of a guy who was just like, hey, exclusively shoot three-pointers between April and October, I mean, if he's 37 to 38% this year, which he has done before, that's workable.
And they're just going to all be wide open.
Wide open.
They're going to be wide open.
No one's going to be guarded at all on
No.
this team. And then what was Ingram last year? Like, he wasn't as bad as people thought
38? No, he's good.
I'm guessing
Whatever.
30, 36.
All right, we're playing a little...
Playing
Shocker,
a little
Eric
guessing
went
game.
down.
Well, while I Google it, the final number on Brandon Ingram, his sophomore season from downtown, 39% on the nose.
And on that...
Very low volume. Very low volume. Eli's dropping the mic and getting the F out of Dodge. I think that's about it, right? Are we actually done?
One last thing. I have an announcement to make on my social media. I have, for now, officially quit Twitter. I am off.
You're off.
And I've been off for a significant amount of time, and I don't think I'm ever coming back. Though, let me ask you guys one question. I think I might come back exclusively for Laker things. Exclusively.
I like that.
I have two possible names to come up with or to choose between, and they're basically the same name. One is Nick Van Excellence, and one is Nick Van Sexel. So
Definitely the latter.
Chew on that.
That's
Chew on that.
So at Eli Bauman is officially retired.
Defunct. It might not even work.
No, I don't think it did. I tried to tag you on something, and it said, system error.
It's also 30 days. I think you like officially deactivate, and I think I'm at like 26.
How are you going to maintain your social connections? I'm really nervous for you.
The same way you have, Eric, by just normal human interaction and not making myself miserable.
That's quite an undertaking for a man with a what are we at now? 818? Almost 2-month-old child. No, 1-month-old child. What is it now?
To not be on
9/11?
social media?
To
Yeah,
stay in touch with
Never
touch with other humans while also not sleeping ever.
You know what? It turns out there's only very few humans I want to stay in touch with.
Oh, all right, that works.
There's these people in the room and
like a handful,
like 6 others maybe.
And also, you can send a lot of texts and emails at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
when the child
Who do I
is
need to talk to?
freaking out. Just wake some people up if you got it.
Yeah.
F them.
That's right.
That'll do it, ladies and gents. This is Ball In, Ball Out, a hoop ball presentation. I'm the only man left you can contact on Twitter if you want to tell us anything about it.
Nick Van Sexel will be up.
So, Albert, if you want to
Soon.
get in touch with us, I am at Dan Besbris, and these two gentlemen are not at anything. They're just real-life Eli Bauman and Dr. Eric Noble.
We're at your hearts.
They're at your hearts, coming at you live from Dan's dining room. Have a wonderful week or two. We'll be back at you soon. Hopefully some more news coming up. Take care.
This has been a Hoop Ball presentation.